presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
The Halos salvaged the finale of the three-game set last night against the Texas Rangers. The road trip continues. We've got a four-game set here in Houston tonight, the first of four against the Houston Astros. We welcome you inside Minute Maid Park and back to Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and as we tend to do most series openers, we talk a little bit about Mike Trout, and we talk about somebody on the opposing team. And in this case, it's Jose Altuve, as we talk about the American League MVP award.
Yeah, Victor, both of them are in that conversation for the American League MVP. Take a look at our Carl's Cam replay. They put up some MVP-type numbers. Mike Trout with his 3-run home run yesterday, giving him now 95 RBI, 28 home runs, 64 extra base hits, but also the fact is he's been stealing bases this year. 26 of them getting in the scoring position. He's been able to get those great slides in there. Jose Altuve, same thing. Outstanding offensive numbers. 69 extra base hits. He's got the power swing going this season, but also he will steal bases. 27 stolen bases for Altuve, so he can beat you with the wheels. He can certainly hit the ball out of the ballpark, and he can hit any pitch you throw at him. When you look at those numbers overall, we look at the home runs, the RBI, the runs scored, the on-base percentage of stolen bases, very similar. Batting average just a little bit bigger for Altuve at 338 as compared to 318.
Well, the Angels will certainly have their hands full here in Houston. The Astros playing pretty good baseball, coming off a sweep of the Oakland Athletics and still in contention for the American League wild card, as well as an outside chance for a Western Division crown. We're going to step away for a moment. When we return to Houston, we're going to talk a little bit about the defensive side of things, and more specifically, Andrelton Simmons. first of 4 against the Houston Astros. Mentioned going to break on the defensive side of things. Andrelton Simmons continues to impress. Scooby. Every game, there's always something that involves Simmons.
Yeah, the instincts are outstanding. Take a look at our tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. Not only has great coverage, we always know and talk about how strong his throwing arm is, but the position he always puts himself in to make outstanding defensive plays. Knowing what he can do as a pitcher, you're just going to throw a lot of strikes. Goes back on the pop-up better than anybody I've ever seen. And his play yesterday, right up the middle, off the glove of Pennington, but he's there to make the play at first base. Not many shortstops ever in that position to make it. Instincts off the chart.
It's baseball time in Texas. Ricky Nolasco, Mike Fiers on the mound. Sit back, relax. Going to bring you the lineups in the first pitch when we return. On Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Brewhouse Bacon Burger today for limited time only at participating restaurants. By your Southern California Toyota dealers. By Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. Welcome back out to Minute Maid Park. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Angels and the Astros. And it is a hot one outside. Hot and muggy. And of course, temperatures like that, the roof is closed here at Minute Maid Park. Mike Scioscia, AJ Hinch, managers going through the ground rules right now with the umpire and crews. We take a look at the American League wild card standings. And we mentioned in the open that the Astros still have a sliver of hope. 8.5 back in the American League West with an 81-71 record. But as far as the wild card is concerned, it's kind of a wide open shot for a lot of teams with Toronto and Baltimore in the top 2 spots. Tigers a half game back. They're playing a double dip. They won game 1 against the Twins, playing game 2 tonight. Houston 1 back. Seattle's 2 back. And then you've got the New York Yankees at 2.5 back. At Seattle, they've got a couple of series. 1 more against Houston, and then they got 3 against Minnesota and 3 against the Oakland A's. So from a schedule standpoint, it seems to favor the Seattle Mariners, but you just never know how this is going to play out over the next week and a half.
Yeah, because Baltimore is really beginning to struggle. Boston has played exceptionally well against them, and that's the thing that's really hurt them a lot now.
Astros have taken the field, so we'll check out Mike Scioscia's lineup for game number 153 of this season. Halos with the win last night at 66 and 86. They'll have Yunel Escobar back in that leadoff spot at third base. Mike Trout at center, Albert Pujols at DH, C.J. Cron at first, Andrelton Simmons a shortstop, a night after batting in the cleanup spot. Jeffrey Marte in left, Rafael Ortega in right, Carlos Perez behind the plate for the fourth straight game, and it's Gregorio Petit batting ninth, and he will play second base. They are taking on a 31-year-old right-hander native of Deerfield Beach, Florida. His name is Mike Fiers.
Yeah, Mike Fiers having a solid season for the Astros. 11-game winner ERA, just under 4.5. My go-tos to be successful against Fiers is always look away, whether it's cut fastball or breaking balls, always away, and frustrate him. He's a guy, when he makes a good pitch and you make a good pass and get a base hit against him, it frustrates him. You got to try to do that, especially early on.
Take a look at the defense for the Houston Astros tonight. Behind Fiers, you've got Kemp, Marisnik, and Springer in the outfield from left to right. Gurriel, Correa, Altuve, Gonzalez from third to first, Castro behind the plate.
And Marisnik out in center field. We've seen him cover a ton of ground in left field. Also in center field, he's played some right field. Also 7 outfield assists season for Marisnik. The Astros with 43 of them as an outfield. They got great arms. They cover a lot of ground. Very difficult to take an extra base against Marisnik or anybody in the outfield.
We said the lineup is pretty much what we've seen the last couple of days. Cole Calhoun is back with the ball club, just not in the starting lineup tonight. He and his wife Jennifer had a baby boy, and Knox Pike Calhoun. So congratulations to the Calhoun family. Glad to see Mama's doing fine. So is baby, and Cole's here in
and what a
Houston.
Smile he had on today. Excited being a dad. So she just wanted to make sure, just get him just refreshed for one day, get him back in there, just watching the game before being back in that lineup tomorrow night.
So Fiers ready to go, as is Yunel Escobar. It looked like Escobar kind of looking down to his fellow Cuban, Gurriel at third base. A little bit of a high side. They played against each other in Cuba when they were youngsters. Just a year difference as far as age. There's the first one tonight. It is in there for a strike. Yunel hitting .311, 4 home runs, 36 RBIs. There's 28 doubles and 1 triple. Don't know that it needs to be repeated, but the Angels have struggled against the Houston Astros. That's it. I'm not going to say it again.
Have they?
This is game 1 of a 4-game series. You got to set the table.
It's brand new.
Yeah, Halos 1-11 against the Astros this year. See what happens in this 4-game set. Trying to play spoiler. Dribbler found that, came up and hit Yunel. Got him in the boiler.
Again, everything away off the outside part of the plate, right in the stomach area, right after that ball hit the dirt. So his cut fastball, his four-seam fastball, breaking balls away, split finger changeup.
There's the 1-2. Breaking ball, and it's chopped foul. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Light crowd so far, still filing in here. Downtown Houston. Astros played an afternoon affair yesterday in Oakland. Finished off that sweep. Angels got in here about 1 a.m. Not too bad. Easy flight from Dallas. And Yunel goes down swinging on that slow breaking ball from Fiers. 1 down.
In my Hyundai key for the Angels to be successful, you mentioned how they've struggled against them. A little tribe called Quest. Find a way. You got to find a way to get some runs early on in this game and then add on. Many opportunities. Remember, last couple times in here, some runners on base have not been able to get those big hits with runners in scoring position in this ballpark.
Here's Trout, batting in that number 2 spot once again. .318 average, 28 home runs, and 95 RBIs.
Trout 3 for 10 in his career versus Fiers with a home run and 4 RBI.
Two balls, no strikes.
A little bit of a grunt on that delivery.
The one win for the Angels against the Astros was at the Big A. They're 0-6 here at Minute Maid. And a 3-0 count.
Doesn't do it often for Trout. But if it's anything on the inner half of the plate, especially how short that left field wall is, that green light turn on if he comes inside with anything firm.
Fouls it back.
He tried. Wow, that was a good swing. That's the kind of swing you want. If you're swinging 3-0 and he got a pitch to do some damage, that's exactly what you want to try to do. Trout was ready, got that foot down, and he had a good swing of the pitch, pretty much down the heart of the plate, just about above the belt.
Three-1, Pujols on deck. That is in off the plate for ball 4. So strikeout followed by a walk. You just have a man on with Albert coming up.
Trout, that second highest as far as walk percentage, 16.5%. Trout picks up another walk. See those numbers. Very patient.
Albert skies one high and deep to left. Kemp, a courtesy look. That one is long gone. Huge big fly for Albert Pujols. 591st of his career, gives the Angels a 2-0 lead.
He's kind of used to hitting a home run or two in this ballpark. For Albert Pujols, 53rd home run against the Astros. Aggressive early after a walk. That fastball ran inside. Great reaction by Castro, by the way, behind the plate. He knew. He just gave it a little, give it a courtesy look. Kept the glove there like, you didn't hit your spot. And that's what happens against Albert Pujols when you don't hit your spot. 116 RBI for Pujols now.
Crone takes a breaking ball inside.
Big smile for Albert.
And snaps the tie with Frank Robinson for 20th all time as far as the RBI category, as Crone fouls it. It's 1-2. Albert now with 1,814 runs batted in. All alone at number 20. Al Simmons next up with 1,828. 1-2 to Crone. Breaking ball, and that I'm not sure how that didn't hit him in the helmet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the Angels have gotten to fires this year. This is his 3rd start. 1-1 with 8.44 ERA, 10 earned runs in 10 2/3 innings. Dribbler foul.
You know, like when I was talking to Dave Hansen and Paul Sorrento, just what they do against a guy that they've had success against fires. And they just said try to make and bring the pitches up in the strike zone. They know a majority of the pitches were going to be away. See if you can elevate it. Trout had a good swing on his 3-0, ended up working a walk, and then Albert was all over that pitch that drifted back on the inner half of the plate that was elevated enough. Right off the mask of Jason Castro. Dave Hansen. In that thought process, and he talked about it too down during batting practice, that the club has had so many opportunities to score some runs here and not got that big hit at the right moment. But Albert certainly helps out there with a 2-run home run.
2-2. Breaking pitch, and that is foul to the plate.
Pretty good at bat working here for C.J. Crone. Found all some tough pitches.
Batting in the 6th spot last night. They're going 1 for 4. Single.
Good career numbers with a couple home runs against Fires. Moved up in the lineup.
Called strike 3. 2 down. Got on the outside part of the plate.
It's one of those pitches right here. Yeah, mislocation. Castro setting up in, got a fastball right on the outside corner at the knees.
Now here's Simmons. He'll swing at the first pitch, drives one out to the alley in right center field. That'll split the outfielders. Marisnick tried to cut it off as the ball checked up and it gets by him. Angelton turns on the Jets. He's headed to third and it should be a triple. Stand-up variety with 2 outs here in the first.
If it is a triple, that'll be his 3rd of the season.
Wow, they're calling that a double and an error. That's tough. That's a tough error. The ball checking up like that, considering some of the hits that are given on the infield.
Yeah, real good swing by Simmons. See what happens is a lot of times a different grain of grass, where they cut it in the outfield, is going to check up and go the opposite direction. See Anderson thinking triple all the way, sees that baseball get away from Marisnick, cruises into third base. Yeah, I mean, it was a tough one. It hit the grass and checked back the other way against Marisnick. Tough error. Be his first of the season. Make that 21 doubles now in the season for Simmons. Simmons now 3 for 7 against Fires. So pretty good numbers throughout this lineup for the Angels against him.
Marte looks at a strike. It's 1-2. Jeffrey back out in left field. .253 average with 12 home runs, 38 runs batted in. That ball bounced a couple of feet in front of the plate. Nice play by Castro. Not an easy play at all.
Way in front of the plate. Pretty good technique as far as keeping that breaker ball in the dirt in front of him. Kept his shoulders squared, arms close to the body.
Two breaking ball. It misses. Full count.
See, Fires frustrated already. Has thrown 25 pitches in this inning.
Marte goes down swinging. Fires picks up 3 strikeouts. It gives up 2 hits, I should say, one of which is a home run to Albert, his 591st. Gives the Angels a quick 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first. Hinch and his Astros, 10 games over 500 at 81 and 71. This is the lineup that he'll run now. As George Springer will lead things off in right field. Yuli Gurriel, the third baseman. Altuve at second. The birthday boy Carlos Correa turns 22 today. He's at short. Evan Gattis at DH. Marwin Gonzalez at first. Tony Kemp at left. Jason Castro behind the plate. And Jake Marisnick batting ninth, playing center field as they take on Ricky Nolasco. He's making his 10th start since coming over from Minnesota. He's 2-6 with the Angels. ERA just over 4. The first one misses down and away.
My go-tos for Nolasco. You see those numbers. He's pitched very well of late for the Angels. Good spot there with the fastball. The go-tos. Pitch to the ballpark, especially that middle part of the yard here, very deep, and continued to pitch with confidence. Last 4 starts, ERA 2.25 for Nolasco.
Springer fouls this one back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. .250 average for Springer, 28 home runs, 78 runs batted in. Just off the plate.
I think you have to be careful when you try to throw a fastball up and away. He does have good power the other way. Springer with 7 opposite field home runs this season. Very good as far as staying back in the baseball and driving it to right center field.
Breaking pitch, flips this one out to right. Ortega has to come in on it. 1 down. Defensively for the Angels, Marte, Trout, and Ortega in the outfield. Escobar, Simmons, Petit, and Crone. Third to first in the infield, and Carlos Perez behind the plate again.
And Escobar has been playing some solid defense of late for the Angels. The last 20 games, 0 errors for Escobar. 17 on the season, but he's showing some pretty good range of late.
Ground ball over to third. Escobar
on cue.
Throws down Gurriel. 2 down. So base is clear for Altuve. A .338 batting average, still leading the way. 24 home runs, 94 runs batted in. Pedroia second as far as batting average. Matter of fact, the Red Sox have 3 guys bunched up right behind Altuve. It's Pedroia at .322, and then Betts and Ortiz, as well as Trout, .318 mark coming into play today. No balls and a strike.
Pretty good movement on a 2-seam fastball for Nolasco. Altuve, .368 career hitter against the Angels. By the way, also hit .490 this season.
He lines this one to the alley, right center field. And that is a base hit. Ortega's got it, brings it back in. Holds Altuve to a 2-out single. He's 38 points better against right-handed pitching than left-handed pitching. .348 against righties this year.
It's amazing how he lets the baseball travel and he catches pitches on the upper part of the strike zone. Getting that foot down. Very similar as far as the leg kick with Trout. It's a high leg kick, but he's able to still keep that barrel of the bat and have such a firm swing path each and every time, no matter if it's upstairs or downstairs in the strike zone.
Yeah, you guys had the split screen of Donaldson and Trout the last time around, last week against the Blue Jays. Talk about leg kick, same thing, but much between those 3 guys, much quieter hands for Altuve. He just kind of keeps the hands right there and then just goes right to the baseball.
Yeah, his swing path is perfect for all fields to hit the ball.
Carlos Correa, 22 years of age today. .274 average with 20 home runs, 93 runs batted in, also with 34 doubles and 3 triples. Altuve's on the move. The pitch is a strike. The throw down is in time.
Good throw by Carlos.
Well, that release keeps getting better and better for Carlos Perez. Does it not?
He's getting more opportunities to throw. 37% success rate throwing out base stealers.
One complete. Halos have themselves a 2-0 lead. Altuve thrown out for the 10th time this year trying to steal. It's Carlos Perez, former Astro, doing it.
See how quick the transfer in that release. Perfect throw. Quick tag by Petit. Looks like he had a pretty good jump. Transfer in the firm throw. Over 37% success rate as far as thrown out base stealers.
Ortega starting right fielder. 214 average, 5 doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs. Pinch hit last night in the 6th inning, ended up going 0 for 1 with a walk. Ortega, Perez, and Petit. 7, 8, and 9 against Fires with 3 strikeouts, a walk, and 2 hits allowed in the first. Big swing by Rafael. Two at 2.
Again, Ortega's solid swing would be that left center approach.
Just got a piece of it. This one rolled down the line. It's a fair ball. Marwin Gonzalez has it. Feeds Fires. Put away. Here comes Carlos Perez. To get your red on in 2017 and receive special benefits and great ticket prices by becoming an Angel season seat holder. Just call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com for details. Carlos hitting .211 on the year. His 4th consecutive start. 0 for 3 last night.
4 for 8 in his career versus Fires.
Ground ball over to third. Gurriel has it. 2 down.
Now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. Albert Pujols with those 2 RBI in the first, giving him 116 on the season. Only 4 Angels have ever had 120 or more RBI in one season. Don Baylor, Tim Salmon, Vlad Guerrero, Garrett Anderson. Albert just 4 away from joining that crew.
And another first inning home run for Albert. 135 of them in his career. That's most all time. His 398 first inning RBIs. Third behind Eddie Murray, Barry Bonds.
So he's not allowing that pitcher to settle in on the first inning too often.
Chopper. This one over to short. Fires, gets 3 ground ball outs. We head to the bottom of the second. Angels up 2-0. Getting some help by Carlos Perez to throw out Altuve to end the first inning. So Correa, who was at the plate when Jose was tossed out at second, will come back up and lead things off. He'll be followed by Evan Gattis and then Marwin Gonzalez. Velasco, by the way, coming off a W in his last go around. No runs on 5 hits, 6 innings of work. That was against the Blue Jays. Had 7 strikeouts, 2 walks.
And that good, solid late movement on that little 2-seam fastball from Velasco. So he goes fastball away, fastball in. Talked about those last 4 starts, 2.25 ERA, batting average only 173 against him. And when you think about it, nasty slider right there, they get a swing and miss. That ERA would be a lot lower. He left 5 inherited runners on base and all 5 scored during that stretch. That's how good he's been of late. Nasty slider going down and away against a guy who's got great career numbers against the Angels. Not on that swing from the pitch from Velasco.
That slider, of course, set up by that first fastball away. Let's talk about executing your pitches and location.
Yeah, I've had a number of conversations and asking him why he's been on such a solid roll. It's really come down to, he said, to feel for his 2-seam fastball. It's set up all his pitches. He'll throw a curveball, throw a split finger fastball also.
Ball on a strikeout, Gattis. 2 home runs yesterday afternoon against Oakland. He's got 30 on the season now. 67 runs batted in.
Tried to turn into that breaking ball.
Gaddis chases the slider, 2 down.
Against a guy who's had 11 home runs since August 24th. Another nasty slider going down and away. That's in the left-handed batter's box. That's how sharp that break is from Velasco.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Ricky. Nobody off for Marwin Gonzalez, the first baseman. Gonzalez takes a strike. Converted first baseman, originally a shortstop. 249 batting average this year. 13 home runs and 45 driven home.
I have no idea how that did not hit him.
Lower leg area.
That's a very difficult one for a hitter to get out of the way. Just barely did so.
Goes flying into the seats. What a catch!
That was outstanding.
That was awesome.
Yes, you deserve an applause for that one. And a high five.
5 rows, 6 rows behind the Astros dugout. That bat helicoptering into the seats, and he just grabbed it.
What a play. That was the play of the day. It's an amazing catch.
Must have majored in baton in college. I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, what a play.
One, two.
That's a pretty good pitch. He raised his hands up. He did his best. Ricky Henderson said, "I am the greatest today."
I am the greatest of all time. Time. Breaking ball got him looking down. Goes Gonzalez as Ricky Nolasco strikes out the side. We'll head to the third. Angels on top. Third, they're already booking gigs. They're in demand already. Catching the bat in midair. Top of the order for the Angels here against Mike Fiers. Escobar, Trout, and Pujols.
Amazing thing, so often the batter will send another bat up there. That's his gamer. Be able to get his bat back, but it seems like he's going to be able to keep that one.
Can't take that one away from him. No balls, 2 strikes. James Hoy, by the way, calling the balls and strikes tonight. He's calling a lot of them. Marvin Hudson at first. Jim Joyce, the crew chief, at second. Chad Fairchild at third base. And Escobar goes down swinging for the second time tonight.
Now here's our top tier play, brought to you by Arco. Talk about this play in the stands on the bat. Zawas throws it. Well, what a play. What a fan. I am the greatest. What a play. Outstanding play. Cheers, high fives.
The seriousness of his face.
I know.
Love it.
He's looking. Hey, did you guys ever doubt me on that one?
Trout looks at the strike. Mike walked and scored the first.
I think for sure you don't want to let fires settle in now. You scored those couple runs early, especially in this ballpark. You want to try to keep adding on.
Retired 5 straight since the double by Simmons. Double in the error.
That's a great swing for Trout. Lower part of the strike zone.
Trout goes down swinging. So 5 strikeouts for Fiers tonight, 2 away.
That breaking ball going down and away, a pitch that Trout has handled very well this season. A breaking ball. Batting average at .307. .143 RBI, 150 runs scored to go along with those 53 career home runs against the Astros.
One to Albert. Breaking pitch. Popped up. Castro on the warning track makes a catch, and the Angels are down in order. Bottom of the third, that's where we're headed with the Angels up 2-0.
Angels and the Astros going at it. I'm Patrick O'Neill. I'm with Jerry Gibson. Sorry if I'm a little nervous. Jerry just made the play of the game. Sir, were you just trying to save your wife, or do you have some sort of baton experience in your past?
I had to defend her honor. That's all I could do. Defend her honor.
All right, we're looking at the play right now. Tell me what's going through your mind and how you made such a spectacular grab.
I would love to say it was skill, but it had to be a lot of luck. You just see the bat flying through the air, and it's like it's slow motion, and you just, man, it hit my hand.
We've already seen you on the phone. Are you making plans for the Tonight Show or going out to L.A. for some appearances?
Well, you know, I'll accept all offers, absolutely.
Well, that has to go down in history. Who already has been texting you and seeing you on TV?
Well, my wife, actually, I called my daughter to make sure she was watching, and some friends back where we live up in Marshall, Texas, called and said, hey, did Jerry just catch a bat on TV? And then, yeah, my phone starts blowing up. So, are you at the Astros game? So it's pretty cool.
I have to ask your wife, Tammy, was this the greatest play, greatest moment, other than perhaps your wedding day that you've seen from your husband?
Yes, sir, it was.
Well, congratulations, and this will live in infamy. Good job. Jerry Gibson, the Gibsons, Victor, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Patrick, and nicely done there. I don't know why Patrick was so nervous.
It was fantastic. That's his element.
Really worried about the guy taking a bat to Patrick or something?
No, that's what we do to him later on with Patrick O'Neill.
It's a horror show that Patrick's filming here at Minute Maid Park.
Yeah.
Die Hard
17.
Camp goes down swinging. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Ricky Nolasco. 1 out here in the 3rd. He's got the off-speed stuff working.
Real good little split finger fastball.
Jason Castro's tardy on that fastball.
Pretty good life on the fastball, too, for Nolasco. Pretty consistent around that 90 to 93 range, but it's been the movement on his two-seamer.
Castro, the catcher, hitting .210 with 11 home runs and 32 runs batted in.
And often when we talk about two-seam as compared to a four-seam fastball, two-seam fastball by design is supposed to have some movement, perfectly down in the strike zone. Four-seam, a little bit straighter, truer on that. You'll gain a little bit more velocity on a four-seam fastball as compared to a two-seamer.
Here's the 1-2. In tight. Similar to the pitch that delivered to Marwin Gonzalez.
So often to be successful, you have to make the hitters move their feet. He's done it a couple times here tonight.
Breaking ball. That just missed low. Full count. Ground ball to second. That's Petit. 2 down. Get you ready on. Join us for a pregame Oktoberfest celebration in the Game 1 Music Garden when the Angels take on the Astros on Friday, September 30th and Saturday, October the 1st. Enjoy a variety of beers, live music, and more. Visit angels.com/promotions for more information and to get your tickets today.
And possibly some pretzels, I'm sure.
Oh, there's no doubt. Some schnitzels.
Perfect.
You're wearing an Oktoberfest garb?
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go National Lampoon European Vacation style. You play the role of Rusty.
Now, why wouldn't I? Oh.
Rizek fouls it off, and it's 1-2.
Somehow I feel you're going to try to find a picture of Rusty on your.
No.
No.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay, thank you. Great location, great life with the fastball from Velasco. So you might have him set up now for that slider going down and away.
This one line past Simmons and into left center.
I see the frustration from Velasco. That pitch stayed up in the strike zone. He had him set up. That mislocation, a little bit too high, and he lines that one by Simmons. Never easy to do. See that location set up for Perez, but stays upstairs, and Marisnick lines it past Simmons barely into the outfield for a single. Be careful now with Springer. First at bat, kind of patient. But generally, will be swinging at the first pitch.
Hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning.
Four pickoffs this season for Velasco. He's faced 11 batters so far. 8 first pitch strikes. Pretty big lead for Marisnick.
Ball on a strike on Springer. Hit by Marisnick. The second allowed by Ricky. The other was a 2-out single to Altuve in the first. Marisnick on the move. Pitch upstairs. The throw down by Carlson. Another good one, but Petit drops it as Marisnick goes into him.
That was a great throw. Another pretty big jump, too. Marisnick. How quick that transfer and throw, and right on the money to throw.
I think they get him.
Yeah, it looked like Joyce was ready to bring him up. Yeah, he's going to get him. What a throw.
Two one. Breaking ball upstairs.
One thing for Ricky, you just can't let that one pitch you threw to Marisnick carry over into this lineup, especially how dangerous this Astro lineup is, especially with the power numbers. 193 home runs as a team. On a difficult fastball count here.
Full count.
Fastball a little bit off the outside corner. James Hoy has called that.
Three-two, and this one flipped out to right. Ortega moves over, makes a catch, and a 2-out single stranded at second base. Way to the fourth. Angels up 2-0.
clean, crisp Coors Light. The Angels in their wins. The batting average with C.J. Cron at the plate, 366. And Angels wins is 204. You see those numbers. The differential nearly 100 points less when the Angels lose as compared to when they win. 314, 218 when they don't.
Cron, Simmons, and Marte for the Angels here in the fourth. Fiers has retired 7 straight. CJ went down looking in the first. 5 strikeouts for Fiers. Bouncing this one over to third. 2 hopper for Gurriel. See that throwing arm from the third baseman. 1 away.
Solid batting average last 6 games versus the Astros, 474.
Double in the first inning, his 21st. Get up at third base on the air by Marisnik. Ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Fiers has issued 1 walk. He's allowed 2 hits, both coming in the first inning. The home run to Albert. The Angels a 2-0 lead, and then the double by Simmons with 2 outs. So ended up at third base. Just stranded there. Check swing bouncer. Fiers has it. 2 down.
All of a sudden, in the last 2 2/3 innings pitched for Fiers, 5 ground ball outs, 2 punch outs, and a pop up to the catcher.
Ground ball down the line, and it's backhanded by Gurriel. Marte retired. The Angels down in order. That's 10 straight now. Set down by Fiers. The Angels still up 2-0. On Fox Sports West is brought to you by Subaru, making the world a better place. That's why we donate to causes we care about. By El Pollo Loco, new chicken tenders. Try them today at El Pollo Loco. And by the 3-row 2016 Mazda CX-9. 2-0 Halos. Making Velasco's throwing the ball well. 4 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. We start the 4th. Yuli Gurriel leading things off, the third baseman. 0 for 1. A ground down to Escobar in the first inning. The 32-year-old native of Cuba, signed on July 16th as a free agent. Give it a 5-year deal. Of course, defected from Cuba along with his brother Lourdes, who's the supposed to be the man now out of Cuba. He's actually had a showcase last week in Panama. A lot of teams interested in the younger Gurriel.
Well, Gurriel is showing a good glove and a strong throwing arm already in this game tonight.
Gurriel skies went out to left center field. Not very deep. Simmons backpedaling out now. Marte calls him off. 1 out.
Anytime if you're an infielder going back on the baseball, the outfielder calls you off, you have to get out of the way. But the last second, Marte didn't look as comfortable as you would think as Simmons gets out of the way. Has to reach over, make the play there. And you can afford to play shallow in left field in this ballpark, very similar to what you see in Fenway Park in Boston.
Altuve takes outside. He had a base hit in his first at bat that was caught stealing. What? Reaching for it, it's rolled foul. 1-2.
Base hit in the first inning for Altuve. He's hit 19 straight games versus the Angels. Now an even up 500 batting average this season against the Angels. .25 for 50 with 4 home runs.
This one lined it off the glove of Escobar. And that'll go to left field for a base hit.
It's an off-speed pitch down, went down and got it, lines it. Escobar's made so many good plays of late, but off the glove on that line drive it into the outfield for a base hit. Second hit for Altuve in the game. Time of Lasorda's birthday today, along with Carlos Correa.
Correa struck out in the second. Velasco striking out the side in the second. Hits this one toward short, backhanded by Simmons. A little trouble getting the ball out of the glove from Petit. Fires it away. And no real reason, especially after the throw by Simmons kind of caught Petit off balance. Didn't have a whole lot on it.
Yeah, had a tough time getting a grip in the low throw. And that throw way away from C.J. Cron. Almost at that point, you try to go out and just knock that down after C.J. Cron also.
Great. Petit will get charged with the error.
A lot of odd throws on that play. You don't see that too often with Simmons. And the same thing with Petit at second.
Man in scoring position for Evan Gattis, who struck out in the second inning. A couple of scores as far as the American League is concerned. Cleveland and Kansas City were tied at 2. Cleveland now leading at 5-2 in the 7th. Snap throw to second, and Correa gets back there. Kansas City still clinging to a wild card hope. Tampa Bay leading the Yankees 2-0. Tampa Bay's been playing that role of spoiler lately. Loss at beating Baltimore again 4-3. Game 2 in Minnesota. Tigers lead now with 2-1. They took game 1. Short schedule tonight in Major League Baseball.
Boy, Boston has been playing unbelievable baseball lately. They've won 7 in a row. They were up 3-1 in the game against Baltimore. Baltimore tied it up, and they came right back and scored again.
Got a 2-1 slider, could not hold up.
Again, it's right on top of the plate. No batting gloves. Hands are low. And swings extremely hard.
Not a bad game plan, just in case you hit it.
Yeah. Great story from where he was to where he is now for Gattis. Done a nice job over the last couple of seasons for the Astros. He was out of baseball just a couple of years ago.
Highly talented high school prospect, college offers. Just wasn't quite ready for prime time. It's all worked out in the end for him. "3-2. And that is skied high deep to left field. Marte drifting back on it on the track and in front of the Crawford boxes makes the catch for the 3rd out. Sounded good. Just didn't get enough of it. Angels maintain a 2-0 lead. all that matters is October. The NLDS starts October the 7th on FS1.
A very interesting one in the National League. Cubbies pretty much way out front the entire season. 97 wins for the Cubs. The Dodgers have been playing great baseball late. Nationals solid. That wild card race, though, will not be decided till the last game of the season, probably. It may even be a play-in.
Here it's 2-0 Angels, top of the 5th, bottom third of the order up in Ortega, Perez, and Petit. Ortega 0 for 1 as he grounded out to Gonzalez at first. Offers at that pitch, takes a strike. Fiers has retired 10 straight.
A little split changeup from Fiers. Starts on the first base side of the pitching rubber. The reason why you do that a lot is make sure you're able to get inside against left-handed batters.
Fiers coming over from the Brewers last year along with Carlos Gomez in a trade. Originally a Brewers 22nd round pick in 09. He'll go down swinging. Castro goes down to Gonzalez and completes a strikeout, 1 out.
Breaking ball right here. Fiers straight over the top. 12-6 break on the curveball. Fiers to a no-hitter against the Dodgers back in August last year.
Oh, to Callan Carlos. He grounded out his first at-bat. Breaking pitch, just got a piece of it, keeps his at-bat alive. The only 2 runs today coming in the first inning. Albert Pujols, 31st home run, a 2-run shot, now with 116 runs batted in. Two balls, 2 strikes, and now a single-digit countdown to 600 for Albert. At 591 now. Check swing, and he went around. Castro doesn't even have to bother with the tag as Perez has given up his at-bat. 2 down.
The thing about Albert, you mentioned at 591, but also now 600 career doubles. That breaking ball clearly crossed the plate. Sharp breaking ball.
He's gotten locked in, man. He's worked every pitch in the zone.
He's painting away, changing speeds away, just enough fastballs inside to open up that outer part of the plate. There it is away again. You have an umpire that has called a lot of those pitches on the corner, even just slightly off the outside corner. 15 first pitch strikes of the 18 batters he's faced.
Breaking pitch, and Petit will go down swinging, and another 1-2-3 inning for Mike Fiers, with the Angels still maintaining a 2-0 lead. The second for Fan Appreciation Day. The Angels celebrate our fans as we take the Astros on at 12:05 that day. Fans in attendance will have the chance to win great prizes from Pepsi, Pacific Dental, and K1 Speed. Just to name a few, just go to angels.com for more details.
Big time Angel fans here.
Gonzalez, Kemp, and Castro for Houston here in their half of the fifth. Gonzalez struck out looking in the second.
Yeah, you would think he'd have a tough time on all speed pitches. Hands low, high leg kick, so there's a lot of movement in the hands. A tough time on low pitches in general. 182 batting average on low pitches.
Grounded through the right side, of base hit. Over the fastball. And the leadoff man is on board for Houston to start this fifth inning.
And it was elevated enough too. We mentioned how he is struggling on low pitches. So you got a fastball upstairs and lines it past. C.J. Cron for a base hit.
Kemp went down swinging to lead off the third, so he's 0 for 1. Starting left fielder. 240 average. 4 doubles, 3 triples, 6 RBIs for Kemp. This is his 51st game.
Went to Vanderbilt. Placed David Price, Sonny Gray. Gonzalez with 12 stolen bases, has been caught 6 times. Velasco's allowed 7 stolen bases in 10 attempts. Mentioned earlier, 4 pickoffs this year.
Just 68 pitches for Ricky with 4 strikeouts, no walks, 4 hits allowed now.
Pettis. Very good Angel outfielder over the years. You talk about covering some ground.
Ground ball to first. Cron's got him. Fires to second for 1. The relay back to first. A double play.
What a play by C.J. Cron. That's a perfect throw. That ball was hit hard. Adam gets rid of it quickly. We'll complete a 3-6-3 double play. A good prep step. Quickly fires it. Simmons able to get to that baseball and fire it back. Big Kemp, a quick runner down the line. It's a 17th double play turn behind Velasco this season.
Sure, Mark. Fortunately, Marwin Gonzalez ducked. Looked like he thought that maybe Cron fielded and touched the base, and it becomes a tag play, as he stopped very early between first and second. Jason Castro for 1 as he grounded out to Petit in the third. Ball and a strike. A good pitch. He's needed to take something off or add a little extra. He's been able to do it and keep it under control.
And he's been able to keep it down at the knees or below, whether it's a slider, his curve, or split finger fastball. Has been very good in that lower part of the strike zone.
This one lined to right field. A 2-strike. Base hit by Jason Castro. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. There's one zone for Jason Castro. It would be that down and in pitch. That's exactly what he got, and he didn't miss it. He's had some big hits against the Angels over the last couple of years.
Another season of double figures as far as home runs, 4 straight for the Astros. Has 11 on the season.
So Marisnick will bat. He had a single in his first plate appearance. This one's up the middle. Broken bat. Petit will touch second base. They force out Castro. And we have played 5 here in Houston. The Angels maintaining a 2-0 lead. On Fox Sports West is brought to you by Infinity. Visit your local Southern California Infinity retailer for a test drive today. And drive pink at AutoNation. Help us drive out breast cancer fast. Visit AutoNation.com. The Angels with a 2-0 lead as we begin the 6th inning here at Minute Maid Park on a warm night in Houston. First of 4. Last 4 games of the road schedule for the Angels. Ricky Nolasco's done a terrific job. 4 strikeouts and 5 hits allowed. The Angels have managed just 2 hits, one of which counted though for 2 runs. Pujols blast in the first. But since a double and an error by Marisnik in the first inning, Mike Fiers has retired 13 straight. So he's going to face Escobar, Trout, and Pujols once again here for the 6th. He now lines this one just inside the line. That's a fair ball. Hits the short ball. Ricochets out to shallow left. Now, for some reason, trying to go to second. And maybe he should rethink that as he's easily thrown out.
That's outstanding hustle by the youngster and birthday boy, Carlos Correa. It's knowing your field. Ball just on the chalk. And playing it off the wall. Good hustle by Correa. Gets there, turns around, and fires at second. Easily getting Escobar.
That's really not a. That's just not a wise play. That ball's in front of you.
And you were able to track that, see that. You can stop and go back at that point.
Absolutely.
That's your best chance. Maybe getting a, get that throw in Altuve. He'll stop to wait for the tag. You just go back to the base. You have no chance at that point.
Trout fouls it off.
Again, Correa, good hustle, knowing his ballpark. The Karam's going to be off that short wall going that way.
Trout with a walk and a strikeout, 0 for 1.
Seems like Trout, if he's going to do some damage as far as a long ball, it's going to have to be the other way against Fiers. Last time after this same sequence to a break a ball in the dirt.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Pujols on deck. Trout will go down swinging, and Fiers is racking up some punch outs tonight, Gooby.
And that was that split finger fastball. Now it's time for a Honda helpful moment. With Trout on base in the first inning, Albert Pujols, his 53rd career home run against the Astros, career number 591, and 116th RBI of the season for Albert Pujols. All the scoring in the game on that swing from the machine. His 2nd home run this season against Fiers, a 27th, the other home run against him.
9 strikeouts tonight for Fiers, and Albert launches one out to left field. If it's got enough height, it's got a chance. No, it goes foul.
Unable to make that play on that ball down the line, the fan. Get some comments from some other fans about the play.
0-2. Fastball. Fiers was walking off. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9 strikeouts for Fiers. A season high.
Yeah, this pitch a little bit off the outside corner. It's been called quite a bit. You saw Castro trying to bring that back into the zone.
2-2.
Albert just 2 for 12 in his career versus Flyers, with both of those hits home runs.
Let's make it a count. Full count.
That baseball got him in the face off the ground. We saw earlier that Escobar get hit in the stomach. And a pitch going down and away. A little split finger off his body, then off the chin. See out in front.
Another payoff pitch to Albert. He'll pull this one down the left field line. This was foul.
That same fan made the play. Yes.
Where's Patrick O'Neill?
He needs to get down there. Tracked the first one, did not make the play. Still kept his food in his hand too as he make this one. Leans over. Keeps it in the glove.
Excuse me, honey. You're in my way. Albert fouls this one back.
That might come towards us.
Whoa, it's above us.
Still getting some grief from other fans in the stands.
Albert breaks his bat.
Tell you what, the fans in this ballpark today came to play. Catching a baseball bat and a baseball. On the phone. See that play? Oh, he said,
yeah.
Hey.
Dude, you got nothing on me. Well, my bat was flying in the air.
I had 2 baseballs my way in the same bat.
And I failed on one. I got on TV with Patrick O'Neill. And Albert rips one into the left field corner beyond the reach of Gurriel. Kemp will pick it up, fired in. Albert did not touch first. A long single for Pujols.
There's a rocket right down the line. Good at bat for Albert. Fought off some tough pitches. Stay back on this one well, gets the foot down and lines it down in the corner. Albert looking to see if he just try to get that double, unable to make contact with the base, realizes it, gets back, settles for the single. That would have been a close play anyhow. Kemp got to that baseball quickly.
Really the first prolonged plate appearance for an Angel hitter. That gets to Fires, just the 4th hit, 2nd this inning. Albert 2 for 3. .86 pitches for Fires, 2 outs. Crone 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first, grounded out of the 4th. He bounced this one foul. That's pretty much the swings we've seen quite a bit tonight.
You mentioned look away throughout the game. He'll throw an occasional little 2-seamer in. Most part cut fastball, fastball, slider, curve, and even split finger fastball on the outer part of the plate against right-handed batters.
This one's popped up left side. Gurriel coming down the line, makes the catch, and the Angels are done here in the 6th, but still up 2-0. Sixth inning. We want to remind you can follow Angels Baseball live with MLB.com at Pat. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Pat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet.
Sold that.
Oh my God! You know what? With Belle Biv DeVoe in the background, to boot.
No wonder you were
people dancing in the booth.
Yes.
74 pitches for Ricky Nolasco. Belle Biv DeVoe, now you know.
Yes, you do. Can you sing us a verse or two?
I could, but I won't.
But you chose not to?
Yeah. And there's no saying, it's more of a rap.
But if anybody can do it, you can.
You better believe it, son. Let's spell that. Springer, Gurriel, and Altuve. Top of the order for Houston here in the 6th. 5 hits for the Astros, 4 for the Angels. Both teams have committed an error. Springer twice has hit a liner out to Ortega in right field. So he's 0 for 2.
Pretty good take by Springer. That fastball had some movement. Looked like it was initially going to be in the strike zone, but runs off the inside corner.
There's a walk to lead off the 6th. The first free pass issued by Ricky.
Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful. Find a way. They'll score it early. A little bit of help in that first inning. Now looks like it's going to be up to the pitching and the defense for the Angels to find a way to win this game and get that second victory of the season against the Astros. Just falling a little bit towards that first base side of the pitching mound in the last couple of pitches. Going to keep that front shoulder in a little bit longer.
Quick throw to first, and diving back in there is Springer. 9 stolen bases for Jordan. He's been caught 10 times. Ground ball left side. Escobar to Petit for 1. The relay back to first. Not in time. No, they got him. Boy, that was awfully close. No argument from.
It looks like A.J. Hinch is looking to see just to make sure they would check that, but look at a quick turn by Petit. Well done.
Gurriel didn't think he made it because he went right to the dugout.
Good fire there by Escobar and a quick turn. Yep. Just before that foot is down.
Gurriel getting down the line pretty well.
Big double play, especially with who's up at the plate now. Second double play turn. 18th of the season turn behind Velasco. Well done by Petit and Escobar on that one.
Altuve lifts one foul. Jose's 2 for 2, a couple of singles. Texas, by the way, is idle tonight. They will be in Oakland tomorrow night in the 3-game series. Their magic number at the start of the day, 2. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Just took enough off of that one.
Well, the one thing and the one pitch where Altuve has not hit consistently, it's been the breaking ball. Changeup's been good, high fastball, all those pitches, upper part of the strike zone.
Fastball away, and it's fouled back.
Well, if you get a chance to look, I mean, he's 395 on high pitches coming to the game, 360 on inside pitches, 362 on fastballs, 309 on all speed. So you think, okay, what pitch do you have against him? It's going to have to be a breaking ball, and it has to be down and away.
This one's out to center. And the reach for it. Trout's there.
That's exactly where he threw it, Victor. It's a perfect spot.
We head to the 7th with the Angels up 2-0.
Of baseball. Carlos Santana gets some sweet music tonight for the Cleveland Indians. 3-run home run in the 6th, broke a 2-2 tie. Lead the Royals 5-2 late. Jason Vargas on the mound. And Santana lines that baseball into the alley for an RBI. Bringing in Lindor, and then with 2 on, the score tied at 2. No longer tied at 2. 3-run home run, 34th home run of the season for Santana.
Andrelton Simmons will lead things off against Mike Fiers. Back out for the 7th. Maybe Simmons, Martin Ortega. Andrelton 1 for 2. Last time up, checked his swing, or tried to check his swing, and he'll bounce her back to the mound. Ground ball left side. Gurriel's got it. One away. First time we've seen Gurriel, 32-year-old, moves well over third base.
Good footwork, quick hands.
Marte 0 for 2. Struck out on the first, grounded out of the fourth.
Painted that cut fastball right on the outside corner.
One, two, off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking at the wild card standings, Toronto's idle. If Baltimore loses, the Tigers finish off the sweep of Minnesota. The Tigers in the #2 wild card spot by half a game.
And the Yankees end up losing that game against Tampa, so they had a chance to move up themselves, but missed an opportunity. Baltimore is really struggling.
Yeah, Yankees would be 3 back in the loss column. Kansas City would be 6 back in the loss column. So Kansas City's chances dimming.
Yeah, they're just 1 game over 500 now in the season.
Marte bounces it foul. Houston at the start of the day, 81 and 71. They would find themselves a half game behind Baltimore.
Talking about it's going to be
it's fun with numbers.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Tigers would be 82 and 70. And Toronto would have a half game lead over them.
Well, Detroit is giving up that lead now. It's tied at 2 in Minnesota. 1 game 1.
Actually, Toronto would have a game lead. That first wild card spot.
Still remember that 1 game play. What was it? The Tigers and the Twins a number of years ago.
Yeah,
that was an unbelievable game too.
No doubt.
That could happen in both National League and the American League. Right now, the Mets, San Francisco, and St. Louis were all tied. Mets down against the Phillies at home. Giants playing later on tonight in San Diego.
Shane Robinson, the pinch runner at first for Marte. He'll stay in the game. Ortega's 0 for 2 with a ground down and a strikeout.
Looking for little add-on insurance runs here.
Fire's next pitch will be his 100th of the game.
Fire's not real easy to steal against. He's allowed 5 stolen bases in 12 attempts. It's 1 pickoff, 6 in his career. It's pretty quick to the plate. Although Castro has only thrown out 24% of base stealers. He had a lot of pitches, quite a few of them in the first inning, 20 in the sixth, but other than that, very economical. This is when he retired 13 straight at one point.
Good lead for Robinson at first. He's on the move and then stopped. 2 balls and a strike.
Certainly now a perfect hit and run count. 2-1 with 1 out. One of those counts where Socha likes to put the hit and run on often. Especially with Ortega at the plate. Good contact, hits the ball on the ground. Houston, Cincinnati, quick pickoff throw.
Three balls, 1 strike. One out, 1 on. Marte looking for 1 out walk. Robinson is pinch runner. And there's the walk, second of the inning. 2 on, 1 out, and that's going to be it for Mike Fiers. It appears. AJ Hinch making the brisk walk to the mound. Have ourselves a pitching change. At 103 pitches, Fiers is done tonight. The Angels looking for some insurance. Up 2-0. Back walks, putting 2 men on and forcing AJ Hinch to go to the bullpen. Mike Fiers is done. And it's Jandel Gustave taking over on the mound in our in and out, who's in, who's out. The 23-year-old Dominican pitching his 10th big league game all this year. 9 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Gustave spent this year in AAA, Fresno, 3-3 there. 3.79 ERA, 47 games, all in relief, and 3 total saves. Going to face Carlos Perez. Robinson at second and Ortega at first. Pretty good speed on the bases for the Angels. Carlos tonight 0 for 2, a ground down and a strikeout. Outfield shallow all the way around. Gustave's fastball misses in. 1 ball, no strikes.
certainly has a firm fastball. 95 to 99 range, slider.
Second stint with the Astros this year was up early August for a brief time. Ground ball, this one toward third. Gurriel will go on to first, got rid of it quickly. Boy, nice play.
That was a very good play. Talk about quick on a transfer and a firm throw. Slow roller, he's in that good position, that prep step, get down and make that play. Look how quick the transfer. In the glove, out of the glove, and a firm throw to first base to be able to get Perez by a stride.
Cole Calhoun's going to come up and pinch hit for Gregorio Petit. .263 average with 17 home runs, 68 RBIs for Cole. First action since Sunday at home. Robinson at third base, and Ortega at second now. 2 down. Only 2 runs in the game. The bat of Albert Pujols in the first, a 2-run blast. Breaking ball for strike.
Cole in this ballpark, .255 hitter with 3 home runs, 9 RBI.
Rip foul, watch out. And I hope they didn't hit anybody. Unfortunately, I think it may have. So 0-2 count on Cole. Everybody's all right down there.
Gotta be ready if you're Robinson at third base in case slider's in the dirt right now.
Cole goes down swinging. The Angels will leave 2 on. Stretch time in Houston. Halos up 2-0.
to game 2 of this 4-game set. Pfister on the mound, 12-12 for the Astros, going against Alex Meyer, who picked up his first career win last time out. 5 scoreless innings versus the Blue Jays. 7 punch-outs in 5 innings. Alex Meyer. Pfister, a pretty good jump ball. Those guys are tall.
Ricky Nolasco back to work. Halos up 2-0, bottom of the 7th. Shea Robinson stays in the game. He's in left field. And the Angels have a new second baseman. It's Cliff Pennington taking over for Petit.
Action down in the bullpen, too, for the Angels.
Four, 5, and 6 for Houston. Here in the 7th, Correa, Gaddis, and Gonzalez. 4 strikeouts for Nolasco, 1 walk, 5 hits allowed. This one's hit toward third. Play on the short hop by Escobar, 1 away.
Nolasco's done a nice job of getting a number of these Astros hitters out in front, with whether it's his curveball, slider, or even split finger fastball. Correa out in front of that one, keeping them off balance.
One out, nobody on, and Evan Gaddis at the plate. Broken bat, roller foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
And another hitter out in front off the end of the bat. 90 pitches for Nolasco at this point. 1 out in the 7th.
Check swing, looked like he went around, and he did. 2 down.
That's that nasty hard slider going down and away. A number of the punch outs, especially when you go back to the 2nd inning. Very similar pitch he got Gaddis in his first at bat. No question, crossed the plate. Nasty late break to that slider.
Usually when you look away from the first base umpire, it's a pretty good indication that you felt like you did go around.
Yeah.
It's like a kid doing something wrong.
Yes.
Gonzalez had a single in his last plate appearance. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, that was a fastball that kind of drifted up. He wants to stay down in the strike zone, low pitches. Gonzalez has struggled this year. Good split on that one. Good try, go right back to that split finger fastball, see if he would chase.
Evens up the count at 2-2.
95 pitches for Ricky Nolasco, 60 of them strikes. Been very consistent throughout.
It's only worked 7 or more innings twice since coming over to the Angels. This being his 10th start. 7 innings at Oakland on the 6th of September. was at the complete game shutout against Cincinnati on August 31st. 2-2. Missed inside, full count.
Try to work that two-seamer to come back and catch the inside corner, but it's a little bit off the plate.
Payoff on the way. Gonzalez bounces it to Cron. Fair ball. And Velasco is through 7 as we head to the 8th inning with the Angels up 2-0.
He's been outstanding. Somebody has to tell him, Ricky, don't lose that number. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Stick around after the game. Angels Live, brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealer. Joined by Jose Mota. Obviously, Ricky going to be a big part of the conversation. Albert Pujols as well. Victor could also bring back my interview with the one-handed bat catch guy in the stands. On the fence about that, though, but it's your call.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
And by the way, it's 867-5309
okay,
for Nolasco.
Good.
All right.
Superstar.
That's
O'Neill.
Ricky, don't lose that number. Oh, patio. Escobar, Trout, and Pujols against Gustave. This is back toward the middle, but Altuve with the shift on easily throws out Yunel for the first down here in the 8th.
Well, we talked about how well Nolasco has thrown of late. Indeed, he's done after 7 shutout innings. That's 5 starts with an ERA 1.80 and 5 starts for Nolasco. Again, add in those 5 runners he left on base, all 5 scored. I mean, that's an amazing run he's on right now.
Trout 0 for 2 with a walk and a couple of strikeouts. Some life. Yeah, I was just going to say it. Ran that one in on the hands.
97.
Fires, by the way, 6 1/3, 4 hits, including the home run to Pujols. 9 strikeouts, a season high. 3 walks, 2 runs. Back-to-back good outings for Fires. Trout. Tardy on that fastball at 98. Talk about some giddy up.
Albert Pujols. story in this game back in the first inning with Trout on base. Byers hasn't made many mistakes to Albert Pujols in his career, but he's done it twice, and twice Albert's hitting a home run, including this one in the first inning, a 2-run home run for 591 for Pujols.
2 for 3 tonight with a home run and a single.
Speaking of life in the fastball today, Garrett Richards threw the ball very well in a bullpen session. Two-seam, sinking fastball, cut fastball, but he threw his breaking ball today for the first time. And he felt great.
You stand in for him?
No.
No? Grab a bat?
From the dugout looking into the bullpen, I did.
It's always good, you know, about 125, 130 yards away.
Yes. LASIK surgery. I can see that far. There's Richards. Joked around. He said, you know what? If Mike Scioscia asked me to pitch today, I felt that good I could go win the game. That's a great sign.
Two balls and a strike. Tigers have retaken a lead in Minnesota. It's 4-2 in the 6th. Nightcap of that double dip. We're in the 9th in Baltimore. Boston up 5-3. Kansas City lost tonight, 5-2 to Cleveland. Slider gets him back into the count, 2-2. Albert chases. Gustave has himself a 1-2-3 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Looks like J.C. Ramirez coming out of relief with the Angels still up. Both runs coming across in the first inning, and that's been the only scoring so far tonight as we start at the bottom of the 8th inning. J.C. Ramirez is on the mound. Takes over for Ricky Nolasco. 7 solid innings, no runs, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk for Ricky. Now it's J.C. Ramirez to try to keep it a 2-0 lead.
Mike Scioscia's really felt comfortable with Ramirez with his two-seam fastball. Trust in the movement, still power and velocity behind it, but it's the movement down lower part of the strike zone. Just like that one.
JC gets the bottom third of the order. Kemp, Castro, Marisnick. Upstairs. 2-2. Kemp 0 for 2. A strikeout and a 3-6-3 double play. Lifted out to left field. Robinson moves back on it. Is there. One down. There's Castro. Takes down and in.
So that pitch right there, that's a zone where Mike Scioscia wants Ramirez to continue to throw. Talking to him today, Scioscia really feels comfortable with that two-seamer now, keeping it down in the strike zone. Much better movement when it's at the knees as compared when he elevates his fastball. Castro late on that one. See the difference in the swing of that fastball, even though it was 99. Lateral movement upstairs. Castro had a much better swing at it.
Called strike 3. Inside corner. Down goes Castro, 2 away.
You're seeing it as an under control pitcher right now. Good slider inside part of the plate. Freezes Castro, who has to try to gear up to an upper 90s fastball.
Pinch hitter coming up now for Jake Marisnick. Tyler White. '79th game. It takes ball 1. Marisnick finishes 1 for 2. One out toward left center field, hit well. Robinson pulls up, it's off the fence. White on his way to second. It's a 2-out double, and it'll bring the tying run to the plate in George Springer.
Just drifts it out over the plate. Mentioned that the same type of movement when it's elevated as compared to down in the strike zone, doubles it off the wall.
Hernandez takes over as the pinch runner for White. White, by the way, had a big pinch hit double on Tuesday against Oakland. Has himself a pinch hit double here. It's his 4th pinch hit double of the season. which is now a new rookie record. Wes Johnson had 3 in '99. The Springer goes around. Strike one. Springer 0 for 2, walked his last plate appearance.
What a good fastball that was, and located perfectly by Ramirez. Two-seamer, runs back, catches the outside corner at the knees.
One-two pitch. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's go through a new series of signing, get a new baseball. Always felt when I did that, I thought about doing that, the hitter has to think in terms of you want a new baseball because you're going to throw a breaking ball. You want a little better seams to be able to get on top of that, throw a hard slider.
Off the plate. Full count now. Gurriel is on deck. Here's the payoff. Springer rips one out to left field, a base hit. Robinson comes up with it. Hernandez will be stopped at third. Now the Astros have runners at the corners for Yuli Gurriel. A little surprised to see the Astros stop Hernandez at third.
Because on that play right there, that run doesn't matter as much as that runner at first base, because the throw into the plate would allow Springer to advance. So you're just going to get right into the cutoff man. Playing back, preventing double. Charged well. Although he did get to the baseball right when he got to the base, but still more than likely that's going to be a play you're going to throw right towards the cutoff man to make sure Springer doesn't get into scoring position himself.
Gurriel, the third baseman, 0 for 3. A ground down, a fly ball to left, and a double play ball. Hernandez at third, Springer at first. Springer the tying run.
One thing for sure for J.C. Ramirez, he better come to a little longer stop and pause before delivering the baseball. He almost balked on that one.
Bottom part of the zone, even a count of 1-1. First time tonight the Astros have had a man reach third. Velasco working 7 shutout. Ramirez here in the 8th. At the first 2 outs on a fly ball to left and a strikeout looking, but then White, the pinch hitter, doubled off the fence in left field. Little dribbler foul. 1-2.
Great location again with that fastball. Very important for Jason Ramirez to stay under control. Don't overthrow the baseball.
Looking back, liner glove by Ramirez, and the inning comes to an end. We head to the 9th with the Angels up 2-0. Shannon Sharp go head-to-head on the day's hottest sports topics. It's Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific on FS1. Michael Feliz takes over here in the 9th for the Houston Astros. The Angels be sending up 4, 5, and 6. Crone, Simmons, and Robinson. Feliz taking over for Gustavus, who ended up going an inning and 2/3 and picking up 3 strikeouts. Feliz on the season, 8-1 with a 4.55 ERA. This will be his 46th game, 93 strikeouts. 93 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 63 1/3.
Another power arm out of the bullpen for Houston, 92-97. Slider, occasional changeup.
Hernandez remains in the game. He is in center field. C.J. Crone tonight 0 for 3. A strikeout, a ground down, and a pop-up. Ground ball towards short. 1 down.
Correa stayed back in that baseball, but you can see that arm strength he has, that long throw across the diamond to get Crone at first.
One out for Andrelton Simmons. One for 3 now with a double. Fastball from Feliz. Handles with 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Have left 4 on. Astros no runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and they've stranded 5 so far. Ground ball toward the hole, and that'll sneak through for a base hit. Relieve's doing Simmons a favor going fastball, especially on the inner half.
That ground ball by Correa. Multi-hit game for Simmons. Had a double his first at bat, single in this at bat.
Boston ended up closing out the Baltimore Orioles tonight.
It's a 4-game sweep for Boston against Baltimore in Baltimore. Moment, Detroit up against the Twins 4-2 late in that game in the 7th.
Nick Buss pinch hitting for Shane Robinson.
Long look down for Buss down at Ron Renicky. If we see an action play right here to try to get an insurance run here.
214 average for Nick. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. One ball, one strike. Simmons back safely. Opener of a 4-game series here in Houston. Mike Fiers gave up 2 runs in his 6 1/3 for Houston. Ricky Nolasco countered that with no runs on 5 hits in 7 innings. An odd time to have a pitching visit. Two pitches into a plate appearance.
Yeah, it's the only thing you can think of is going over some of the data they always have in that dugout for the Astros at certain counts for hit and run or whatever it may be.
One ball, one strike, one out. Two and one.
Well, Simmons will be on the move here now.
Three balls and a strike. I think you're doing the Angels a favor by worrying about Simmons at first base.
Yeah, take the focus away from throwing the baseball to the plate against Buss.
Limited time at the big leagues for Nick.
He had a pretty good swing at that 1-0 fastball. Fouled down, went straight back.
Pops this one out to shallow right. 2 down. So Rafael Ortega coming up, the right fielder tonight. 0 for 2, a ground down, a strikeout, and a walk. Astros in the bottom of the 9th will have Altuve, Correa, and Gaddis to face Andrew Bailey getting ready in the pen. Bailey picking up his 4th save last night.
2-0. Nice play on the carom. Two-on count. Simmons standing over at first, trying to steal second, and he's in there safely.
His 10th stolen base of the season, double figures in that category. Pretty big jump. He's taking a long time to deliver that baseball. Quick tag. Not Correa, but the hand in there before the tag was applied, as you can see. We're not even quite at the tag. Sweet tag.
Count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man in scoring position now for Ortega. Ortega lifts one out to right. Springer plays a shallow right, comes in a couple of steps. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Andrew Bailey looking to close it out for the Angels. It's a 2-0 Halo lead. Bottom of the 9th inning, the only 2 runs in this game coming back in the 1st inning against Mike Fiers, and it was Albert Pujols with the blast.
And this fastball ran on the inner half, and Albert knows a little bit about hitting home run against the Astros in his career. 53 of them, as a matter of fact. 2-run home run in the 1st, the only scoring in this game.
Andrew Bailey pitching in his 9th game. Has 4 saves under his belt, picked up the save last night. He gets the heart of this Astros order with Altuve to lead things off, followed by Correa and then Evan Gattis. No easy task against this lineup in this ballpark, especially in a tight game. Altuve tonight 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Bailey delivers a strike to even the count. Velasco 7 strong. Ramirez a little trouble with 2 outs in the 8th, but got out of it. And now Bailey here in the 9th. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Trying to run that over there, the upper part of the strike zone again. Mention those numbers for Altuve on high pitches. Very, very good. 395 batting average. You don't want to stay up there too often.
This one back up the middle. It's a leadoff single for Altuve. A 3-hit game for the Astros second baseman.
Stayed back on this one very well. Cut fastball. Lines it right back up the middle. He has unbelievable plate coverage.
Correa tonight is 0 for 3. Grounded out to third in the 7th, his last at bat.
Has rolled into 11 double plays this season.
Big rip at a high fastball. He was accounted 1-1. You see Andrews' reaction after that. Set it himself. Missing location.
Good fastball, good location. That's been called all night, hitting the outside corner. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Paints the corner.
Going back outside. Fastball upstairs. It's back into the screen, 1-2.
That's still a dangerous spot against Craig. He has good power the other way himself.
Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Altuve over at first. Gaddis on deck. Breaking ball, and this is out toward left center field. Playable for Nick Buss. 1 down. Altuve back to first.
One of those breaking balls that just backed up on Correa. Couldn't get his arms extended enough to do too much damage to it. Buss able to run that one down. He's supposed to be away. Backs up in. Unable to bring his hands inside enough. A little off balance swing.
It's going Dave Winfield on us. Big swing and the stumble out of the box.
Yes.
So 1 out, 1 on. Here's Gaddis. 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to left. Ground ball back to Bailey. fires to Pennington, back to first. Light that baby up as the Angels pick up game 1 against the Astros by the final of 2-0.
Well played by Bailey. A ground ball right back up the middle. Had time, make a perfect throw to second to complete a 1-4-3 double play. The Angels win this one 2-1. What a play there by Bailey. A good throw and an easy 1-4-3.